And this will just be some gentle restorative positions. Today, particular focus on back bends. So anybody who likes back bends, a couple ideas. We'll do a couple techniques here and then go into a meditative calm, taking advantage again of the swing, a floating calm. So let's go over to the swing here. The first one I'd like to share is actually laying back and using the swing for a, like I would call it, a gently supported half bridge. So what you want to do is fold the swing over in half so you have a nice support for lower back without going up too far up, hitting the kidneys or anything like that. So you'll have a good support point just around the hips, basically. So you come seated up, just using the thumbs, placing your thumbs just there underneath or just at the waist, really, and folding back. And then from here you can adjust. You're not far off the floor, obviously, with this height of the swing. But just adjusting accordingly so it's not uncomfortable, but you're getting a good support there. Again, just right on the bones of the hips. And then you have the lift and the compression there against the lower back. And so you can have your hands open or just bring your heels in. And you've got a nice support here for just a gentle supported half bridge. Now, if you want to go a little bit further, also just reach your arms out like this and extend the legs. And what this does is it increases the amount of pressure or force coming down on the swing and opening and releasing any tension there in the lower back. So this is not quite nice. This is sort of the extended version of the half bridge in the swing. So we'll stay here for a couple breaths. Just enjoy. If at any point you feel like the swing is a little too wide there, you can even go for a threefold, just to mention. Again, this is for self-adjustment. Sometimes people find the swing to be a little too wide at one spot or the other. So just mention here, you can go for threefold, drop in. A smaller surface contact area, but it might be more comfortable for some people, just depending on your personal preference a bit. And so we'll stay here for another moment with the hands on the side. Almost looks like a half bridge Shavasana. So there we are. And now grab the straps, bring your heels underneath so you can sit up correctly with a nice inhale, and then just come to seated here. Now the next one is more for the hips. So come back into the swing, seated, also using a bit of a back bend. So just put your feet together in a butterfly position. Lower yourself down on your straps here. And then you have the support of the swing underneath the legs. And then the butterfly. So it's for the hips here. Now, what I would recommend is I would actually do this one on the threefold. Try it first on an open swing. I really would recommend the threefold like we just had before, because in that way the swing isn't holding back the legs or the thighs from opening for the hips. So getting on the swing here for threefold, just dropping in wherever it's comfortable. And now you've got the support with just the point there on the lower back, and that's quite good. So again, it's very important you adjust the swing, whether you fold it once, twice, 3 times. Also depends on the swing, obviously. But this is very important, because if the swing goes down too far, you don't get the benefit of the gravity here. Pulling the knees and opening the hips gently. So Stay here for a couple breaths. And now pull the knees together, grabbing the swing, pull ourselves up with an inhale. Okay, and the next one's quite interesting. You're just taking the swing. Again, you can do it in a threefold or twofold. I'd probably recommend just a half fold, so two. On this one, you just want to have it here behind your arms, underneath your armpits, on your shoulders there. I'm actually going to raise the swing one more notch on this side here. Just have a little bit more height. Okay, so you're here, and then you just step back a little bit. So you have a nice, you're completely seated on the floor, but you have a nice angle or lift, so to speak, on the upper torso. And then you can lean back and just put your fingers laced behind the head. And this is really nice for opening the chest and the shoulders. Okay, you just stay here for some breaths. This would be so for the upper part of the torso, for the upper part of the back, shoulders. And so now inhale, coming back to center. The only risk here is falling asleep. I wonder what, I don't see anybody doing Nidra aerial yoga yet. Maybe that's the next thing. The yoga swing is very, very comfortable. Might be something to try. Nidra aerial yoga. Anyway, so now we'll move on to the meditation part, the calm. So I'll be grabbing my AirPods, that's right. I like to listen to a little bit of music. And the sequence we'll do, or the meditation practice we'll do here, the pranayama, if you like, is the prana mudra. So I've been doing this recently. I think the previous episode I showed doing it upside down. You can do it also seated in half lotus here with the full support of the swing. It's quite nice because just with very gentle, subtle movements of the hands in conjunction with the music, you get a really nice swaying feeling, and it just, I think, facilitates even more moving the energy up and down through the chakras. So try it, enjoy it, and I'll be plugging in here. We'll get into the swing in a second here. Okay. So remember, for the aerial swing, if you're going low, especially like this, make sure you get your toes on the outside, your heels in the middle there, and just gently lowering yourself down onto the top of the heel, or the heel slightly forward, wherever you're comfortable there, and pushing forward with this strap, And bring the other foot just on top, the heel on top of the foot. These toes here at the top foot are also out a little bit. You can't really see here in the camera. And then you can adjust, just pulling behind you on the strap, get a vertical position. And always make sure that you're seated right in the center there, across the swing for complete support. So once you're there, just center yourself. And again, for Prada Mudra, just being very particular about getting the seating just right. Okay, I think that's it. It's always important. You got to have your shoulders, backs of your shoulders in just correctly, the seat, and then the heels. Those 3 points, you got a good alignment in the for meditation. So, Prana Mudra again is just moving the hands, focusing on the 4 points at base or root chakra, heart, throat, and crown. This is all in one inhale as you're coming up. At the top, try to make a retention of breath, even if it's just for 5 or 10 ohms, doesn't matter, just to mark the change in direction. And then exhaling, working your way down. And at the exhale, you don't have to make a retention of breath, just breathe normally and start coming up again, marking those 4 points the same as you do when you're going down. And enjoy. With the swing, it's quite nice because you do sway a little bit. That's quite a interesting floating calm. So close your eyes and let's begin. And now we'll finish here with the Uddiyana Mudra. Finger out, little finger out, other fingers together, just on top of the knees. Deep inhale and exhale here. And now, open your eyes, gently getting out of the swing. Always be careful. Pushing the strap in front of you here. Release that front foot. And don't come seated up out of the swing all the way. Always stay seated for a moment. Get the circulation going again. So both feet out. And now you can just hold the strap in front of you. Just do nice little circles here. I think we did this one the other day. Before we get onto our feet, make sure our feet are there for us. This Prana Mudra that we just did, I'm really enjoying practicing it at night, just before you're going to sleep, even with or without music. Find it it's like a nice reset, recharge. I'll wake up the next day with more energy, so might be something worth investigating. So now we'll come up, just to the knees here. And we'll lay in Shavasana position here. This is Aero Yoga Shavasana. So, placing our feet in here. I like to have the heels in for support. You can also do it with the heels out, whatever you prefer. And then just take a completely flat stance, palms facing up. And just feel the circulation there coming in. The slight elevation of the legs is quite nice. And enjoy with a deep, calm breath. Now, moving our fingers and our toes, reactivating here. Just bring the swing towards you, bending the knees. Give yourself maybe a little knee hug, side to side. And rolling off to one side. Use the two hands as a pillow for recalibration here for a moment. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And both arms coming up. Legs crossed to seated. And namaste. Thank you very much for joining today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll be putting more things up on the schedule to share in the swing and on the mat here at the Michael Sands Yoga channel. Have a great day.